As you can see, I'm already in my car this morning. It is snowing out again. A little bit harder than it was yesterday. Mike is over helping his mom and dad this morning because it's Saturday. So he's off. So he's going over to do that. And I have a few errands I need to run. One of those is that my best friend from high school is turning 50 tomorrow. They are having a party at a bowling alley for her, and then we're supposed to go out to dinner. So that might be a little bit of a struggle or something that Mike and I have to deal with tomorrow as far as eating. I am on my way actually right now to get her a gift. As I've gotten older, and I'm sure many of you guys are like this, we just don't need more things. We have too many things as it is. So I try very hard to just spend time with my friends and spend time with my family and my husband. We're trying to make more memories and do more things rather than buy material items. So I had decided that for my friend, I wanted to get her a pedicure, but actually I'm going to set up an appointment for both of us to get pedicures and then for her and I to do lunch together. That will be her birthday gift. Again, just an experience, some time that she and I can spend together, just the two of us, catching up and chatting. So I'm on my way right now to do that, and that is about a half-hour drive from where I live, the place that I have to go to get the gift certificate. Then I need to stop by Walmart and I need to get some gas, and then I'm gonna head home, and Mike and I are going to eat basically lunch. It's too early now, so by then hopefully it will be afternoon and we can break our fast because neither one of us actually ended up eating dinner last night. So we're starving and we're gonna go ahead and make some food and sit and chat with you guys for a little bit. So I will be back with you guys when we get back to the house. Guys, I just want you to know, I don't know if you guys saw the video that Mike and I did where we were out Christmas shopping. We had to buy a lot of gift cards and I kept saying gift certificates, and Mike he corrects me all the time and says gift cards. No one sells gift certificates anymore. I got a gift certificate. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. Holy cow. Late start.
I told you guys we are having our leftover meatloaf. We added some butter to it. I did that just so it wouldn't be dry. And Mike scrambled up some eggs and bacon fat. So that is what's for lunch today. Gonna go ahead and put some Redmond seasoned salt on.
You know,
everything.
You mentioned in your video yesterday that you didn't eat dinner because you ate a late lunch. I also did not eat dinner last night. It has been 24 hours since I've eaten last.
Yeah, that's a long fast.
That's crazy because I never could go 24 hours. Now I'm starving, but I don't feel terrible like I would have imagined.
Well, you can go longer when you're not eating carbs.
Right, I remember you telling me that.
I also have a fat coffee.
I do not.
Mike doesn't drink coffee.
I have fat-free water.
With electrolytes. So real quick, guys, we talked about this in our countdown to BBBE, but I just kind of wanted to reiterate this because I got a message on one of my videos about it, how basically like we're using too many spices. Like that's not true to BBBE, but we stated in that video that we're not really counting spices and we're not trying to go crazy with them, of course, but Mike and I aren't really doing this as an elimination diet. We're doing it as a reset, and in that case I just don't think the extra spices make a difference. I kind of wanted to touch on that and just let everyone know, if you're just now watching a video for the first time, we are including spices,
so
including like the hot sauce and mustard, because that's spices and vinegar.
So what exactly is it that would make spices generally not inclusive? I mean, what is in that?
Well, they say you should only be using like one ingredient spices. Like it has to have one thing in it, like garlic, salt, pepper.
But I mean, even if you use multiple, there's no carbs in spices, is there?
There is.
Oh, there is?
Yes, there are.
I did not know that.
There are trace carbs, small amounts of carbs. I mean, if you're eating a ton of them, you are going to get some carbs from spices. There are carbs in eggs. There's carbs in beef. I mean, it's minimal,
right,
but it's there. You know, we're not trying to go crazy with the spices, but we are including them. There are people who are true, like real strict carnivore, who don't drink spices. They don't drink they don't eat spices, they don't drink coffee. So I was getting my two things mixed up. We're not being that strict with it. I mean, we've said before, we said in that video that we're doing this way is for us. If you are doing it and you don't want to do spices, that's totally up to you. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that real quick. And while we're talking about messages,
I have a message. This woman sitting right next to me, I don't know if it's on my left or your left, I don't know. I'm not sure how this whole thing works. This is the most wonderful woman in the world, and I just want everybody who's watching this video, especially those of you who know us, I love this woman with every ounce of my being, and she's the greatest. And I want to say thank you to all of you for supporting her and being friends with her and helping her along on this journey. Publicly, I wanted to tell all of you how much I love this woman. She is amazing, and I could not live life without her.
You know I'm going to edit all that out, right?
Oh, and I meant to say, you can edit all that out, but please don't.
All right, so I love you too, sweetheart. Speaking of messages, I got an email yesterday, and the title of it is Why I Unsubscribed from Your YouTube Channel. And I just really, Mike doesn't know about this. I wanted to read it to him and get his reaction.
Is this what you mentioned in your video yesterday about?
Yeah, but we didn't get a chance to do it. So it says, sorry, Dawn, but I just felt more and more sad to watch all the animals that had to die for you to live on your heavily based keto diet. I've started to love animals more and more, and my newfound compassion for them doesn't line up with your values. I'm not going to say the name of the person that sent it, but guys, my channel has been a keto channel from day one. It was never anything else and then switched to a keto channel.
Right, it wasn't like it was non-carnivore and now it's carnivore. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's kind of weird that this person had subscribed
in the first place to a keto channel. Why would anybody who...
So my first thought is, how long was this person subscribed? Because clearly
it doesn't
you don't
tell
know.
me that.
Right. My second gut instinct tells me that this person purposely becomes a member on a channel like this so that they can post their anti-animal eating values. I mean,
you're probably right.
I mean,
I just found it so weird. I saw that, opened it up, and I was like, I've always been a keto channel. If you know what keto is, it's a meat-based diet. Why would you even subscribe to me and then turn around and say you're unsubscribing because I have a heavily meat-based diet?
It is actually funny.
I know. I'm going to tell you about it, like, as soon as I read it. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait until we're on camera and see what he says when I read that to him.
I mean, there's people out there like that.
Actually, guys, I have something else I wanted to say to Mike.
Uh-oh. We already said we love each other. You can only go downhill from there. I don't mind that you eat animals, honey.
Can you tell me what this is?
It's a gift voucher. That's what it says on the envelope.
It's a gift certificate. A certificate. It's not a gift card. It's a gift certificate.
Touche. I guess there still are places that actually use paper gift certificates. I know you did still when you worked at your salon, so that's funny too.
There was a big sign on the window that says gift certificates available. And I was like, I wonder if it is actually a gift certificate.
Right.
So I went in and got it, and sure enough, it was a gift certificate.
So here's something weird. I mean, at least to me it is, but I haven't eaten since yesterday, around 12 noon yesterday. I am 24 hours into a fast, and I am almost full.
And that's what happens.
And I've hardly
And sometimes you have to
anything.
watch when you break a fast what you break it with, because you don't want it to like upset your stomach or like give you diarrhea.
It was unintentional. I wanted to eat dinner, but we didn't get to it.
But I go like, I've done 24, 36 hour fasts pretty frequently, and I can break my fast pretty much with anything and it doesn't bother me. So hopefully your stomach doesn't get upset.
I'm just like full. I'm really getting full. And we have 3 pieces of meatloaf, just like we did before.
But we added the eggs.
And I'm just finishing the first piece. And yeah, we did add the egg.
I've
plenty
eaten
of
like
egg.
a piece and a half, and I'm still doing good. But you just have to make sure, especially if you're only eating one meal a day, you gotta make sure you're getting enough calories. That's the problem.
I started eating 2 meals because we packed more in my lunch.
Yeah, Mike is just now taking his electrolyte tablet. What do you want to do for supper?
I don't know. We should plan on something. You want to use our pork chops?
I wanted to batter them in pork panko though, like shake and bake.
We can do that. And bake them in the oven?
I'm not going to be able to eat this other piece either. I ate 3 pieces the last time, but that was because that's all we had was the meat. Adding the eggs in. Well, we can put the rest of this meatloaf in a container, and that could always be like an extra lunch thing for you so that you have lunch stuff. Oh, that reminds me, because we didn't get to talk yesterday. What did you take for lunch yesterday?
A baggy bacon.
Baggy bacon.
My other hamburger and the other egg and sausage, but I only ate the egg and sausage and the bacon. The hamburger is still in the refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't eat it.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point. Eat until you're full, because the first couple of days you were saying it wasn't enough and that you were still hungry. So
Yeah.
as long as you're getting enough to eat,
I mean, I think I am. Going back to that email about the beef and about the love of animals. So without getting, really deep into that, so I get people have that feeling and that's fine. But I'm curious to know, anybody watching, and you can put it in the comments, I'm curious, have you encountered that same kind of comment or,
Yeah.
I don't want to say backlash because
if you tell people you're keto, they're like,
yeah, if they kind of give you the evil eye because you're eating, more
animals.
meat.
I mean, anybody who would say that's probably vegetarian though.
You would think.
Or vegan.
But I'm curious to know if you've also encountered that, because I've not heard anybody say that to me verbally when I tell them I'm keto, but clearly those people are out there. So I just
but you didn't get to close out the video with me night before last. The chapter in Dr. Berry's book was about how eating fat can cause you to be obese and cause heart disease and high cholesterol. And you had someone at work just recently, within the last week, that said something to you about, you told them you were doing keto.
Oh, yeah.
But you didn't get to talk about it because you weren't with me when I was talking about that part on the video.
Yeah, someone at work, and I've not gotten really a lot of negative responses, but I thought I'd already told this person that I was doing keto, but in mentioning it again, it was said to me, oh, so you're just going to have a heart attack or something along those lines. And if for a moment I was like, well, if that's what you believe, but no, I think I said actually, like, that's not really going to happen, but okay, or something. I wasn't trying to be a smart aleck about it, but she blew me away with that comment, and I'm like,
yeah,
I really didn't know how to react.
And it was funny because then you had told me about that, and then that chapter that night was about that, and I'm like, oh shoot, Mike's not here to tell everybody what that lady said to him at work.
Yeah. So anyway, there's so many misconceptions, and it's amazing because as we've read in the book so far, Dr. Berry says, the studies are starting to show the opposite. And
most of the information is really old.
It's really old, right? And there's a classic story about eggs and salt. There was a long time where eggs were the best thing for you and you should eat them all the time. Then all of a sudden they went on this anti-egg kick.
Right.
And now they're back to saying it's great for you.
Eggs are basically the perfect food, and it's 1-to-1 fat to protein. So it's like the best thing you can eat.
My question is this. Now, this is just me thinking out loud, but chapter 4 being about milk, and about how milk is it's not good for you. Why, as adult humans, are we drinking cow's milk when you think about what milk is? And I've made that comment to people too, and they just they never thought about it.
And we used to add milk to our scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
So we took healthy eggs and put sugar in them, basically is what we did.
And my father-in-law, sorry, has always said that too. He's always said, I'm not sure why we drink milk, like why we're the only animals on earth that drink milk as adults. And we kind of just brushed it aside back in the day. But
and we give it to babies to help them actually gain weight, get bigger, that kind of thing.
But my thought is this. So milk's not good for us. That comes from cows. Why are eggs good for us? Because they come from chickens and it's a reproductive thing. So I'm curious.
Yeah, but we don't drink milk straight from the cow. An egg,
no, I know.
They don't do anything to it. The milk is processed. There's stuff added to it.
Okay.
The nutritional value of an egg is way better than that of milk. So it's a one ingredient. All right, guys. So we are going to go ahead and end this part of the video here. We will show you our dinner later tonight. Probably won't chat too much because then this video gets too long. I'm trying really hard to keep these videos every day during beef, butter, bacon, and egg to a reasonable time.
I noticed last night's video or yesterday's video was like 6.5 minutes.
Well, because we didn't eat.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It was like, bang, done.
It was quick. I will read my chapter later and we will wrap up the video, and I will definitely show you the pork chops if that's what we end up doing.
Yeah.
So we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so we're getting ready to start dinner. All we're gonna do is I have an egg beat up here and I have some pork panko, and all I threw in there was some salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. I'm gonna go ahead and dip the pork chops in the egg and then just do a quick coating of it. Almost like shake and bake. That's what it reminds me of. Just trying to get pretty decent coating on it. I did not measure the pork panko. I just dumped some in a bowl, but it looks like it's going to be just about enough.
You can sprinkle the rest on top. I usually do that one. In the old days when we used shake and bake, yeah. I figured you're paying for it, you might as well use it.
Right. I don't know about you, but I'm still not like starving.
I'm not either. I'm really not.
Looks like it's pretty much going to use it up. So now I'm just going to stick these in the air fryer. I'm going to set the timer for like 15 minutes, but then we'll check the internal temperature just to make sure that they're done all the way. They're not super thick, so I don't think they're going to take very long to cook. Our pork chops just came out of the oven, and we're going to let them sit and rest for a minute, but this is what they look like, and we'll give a quick taste test for you. Okay, Mike's tasting our pork chops.
They look amazing.
I can hear the crunch. Sheesh.
They taste really, really good.
You have some on the corner of your mouth. They good?
They're really good. Are you gonna taste them?
Yeah.
They're good.
It does taste like shake and bake, don't
It does.
you think?
It really does. And I think you could season it more or less to taste.
Yeah, I didn't put a ton of seasonings in because again, we're trying to watch our seasonings,
Well, I know we don't want to upset anyone. But these are good, and they look good too. They look very good.
15 minutes for this thickness in the air fryer was perfect.
Yep.
Dinner's done.
Another day in the books.
The end of day 7. We are officially 1 week down. That's crazy. We're basically a quarter of the way done now. And dinner was really good.
It's funny because we weren't hungry. We were discussing this. We had a late lunch.
I mean, lunch wasn't really late. Didn't we eat like around 12:30?
I mean, I guess it wasn't.
1 maybe?
But we were stuffed. I mean, I wasn't really that hungry at lunch either.
Yeah.
And I didn't eat everything.
Neither did I. I still had a piece of meatloaf left that I didn't eat too.
Right, but trying to get within our hours, our window that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a half hour outside. We finished up here around 7:30.
Not quite. It's not even 7:30.
Yeah, it's about 20 after.
We were only about 15 minutes over, so.
So, yeah, it wasn't terrible. But I wasn't starving, and I don't think you were either. But we ate anyway because we wanted to maintain the schedule.
Make sure we're getting enough calories in.
Yeah.
2 days in a row, I didn't want my calories to be low.
Right.
So.
No, I agree.
But the pork chops were really good.
They were fantastic.
I'm super glad that we decided to include pork, even though we're not going to be eating it every day. It was definitely a nice change from beef for a day. And the flavor of them was really good, and I thought they were delicious.
No, they were fantastic. And, you know, before we did keto, we ate shake and bake pork chops a lot because we liked them. And this is such a better alternative.
Right.
And it tastes just as good. In fact, I think it tastes better. And the reason is because you can season, if you choose to use seasoning, however you want.
Yeah.
And so you can make your own flavors based on, you know, ingredients, but man, it was
so just talking, we were just saying we're at the end of week 1. So how do you think week 1 has gone, and how are you feeling?
Well, that's an interesting question because I don't feel bad. As far as physically, I feel fine. I do have another issue going on that you and I have discussed off camera that is kind of sitting in the back of my mind. I don't think it's keto related at all. I just think it's just something going on that I have to observe and I kind of have to monitor a little bit.
I think it's stress.
I mean, maybe it is. I hope not, because I don't feel like I should be stressed about anything. I mean, I don't feel stressed. But anyway, all in all, I feel good. I am going to be honest with you. Week 1, and I told you this earlier, like I'm today, and I don't know if it's because I didn't eat yesterday, and maybe it is, but I'm craving like a Coke. Like I could just drink one right now and it would hit the spot.
I'll be curious to see, though, if you drink a pop after all this is done, if it tastes extra
like
sweet to you because of having no sweeteners for a month. Because I noticed a huge difference in sweet stuff. Just being on keto and doing beef, butter, bacon, and egg, that there are a lot of things that I used to like that now just are just really too sweet.
I will say this, too, as far as the beef, bacon, butter, and egg, or beef, egg, bacon, and butter, however you want to say it. This is difficult. I'm not going to lie. This is tough. This first week was tough. I hope it gets better, but this was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I've never done it before.
I mean, I think it's tough too because there are just so many more options. We're going to seem like we're cheating once we start eating regular keto again. I will.
You might, but I won't. I am so looking for. I've never thought I would say this, but I can't wait to have asparagus again. My gosh, because your asparagus is amazing, and I cannot wait.
But I mean, just when you're eating like this, and then you start incorporating other foods back in, it's like you almost feel like, oh, should I be eating this? And then you feel like you're cheating. But
ask me that on day 32.
Yeah. I mean, I feel good. I haven't had any cravings. I'm not craving sweet snacks or keto treats or anything like that.
I'm not craving like the the snacks. Like our daughter got for Christmas, she got this giant box of Reese Christmas trees. She got a whole box of them from my mom. They're sitting in there on the microwave.
I haven't touched
And
them.
we haven't touched them.
I mean, I don't eat that stuff anyway.
And I don't crave it. I mean, I would occasionally pop one in, every once in a great while. But I mean, I'm not missing that. But I don't know why today I just feel
Today
like
you wanted a pop.
a Coke, would be great.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I'm not having any cravings. It's been difficult, and I can't lie. So anybody out there that's struggling with it,
Don't feel bad.
I'm right there with you, brother and sisters.
It is hard.
Yes.
It is hard.
It is.
So wrapping up this video, I just want to touch on the chapter in Dr. Berry's book. I'm just going to read this because it'll make it easier. But the lie for today is high cholesterol levels in your blood are dangerous and increase your risk of heart attack. You should eat less saturated fat and take cholesterol medicine if your cholesterol levels are above normal.
What is normal?
That's the lie.
Yep.
So that's the thing. What is normal? They talk in the book about normal years ago used to be 300. Now they've dropped it down to 200. And Big Pharma's trying to get them to lower it because the more people who are in that high cholesterol range, the more medicine they can prescribe. That's probably one of the biggest issues, and kind of what this was about was that people are being prescribed medication for high cholesterol and when their cholesterol is not even that high. No. So there was a Japanese study in 2015 that said
that high cholesterol does not lead to heart disease.
Having high cholesterol actually protects you against diseases, including cancer. So what they found was people who had a higher cholesterol actually had a lower mortality rate than people who have low cholesterol. Very low cholesterol levels are associated with a higher risk of death.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And they're prescribing pills for people to take that to lower it, probably more so than they should.
And people are finding out that the statins are worse for you than the high cholesterol.
And we know that for a fact because we have a friend who was on statins.
She liked to walk every day. She'd walk like 5 miles a day. She'd bike ride like 26 miles.
Very active woman.
And not overweight at all, but they told her cholesterol was high, so they put her on statins. She could not get out of bed. Couldn't get out of bed. Couldn't walk up and down the stairs. And she finally was just like, this is no life. Like, even if I do have high cholesterol and eventually it kills me, like, I can't live like this. Right. So she had to quit taking them. What I found really interesting in this chapter was it's been found that high cholesterol actually helps with dementia.
Yeah, that part was interesting too because we have an epidemic, if you will, of dementia.
Yeah.
There are so many illnesses and diseases right now that are running rampant, and I am a firm believer in just reading what we've read so far that our diet has a lot to do with it.
Right. He actually says research has recently shown that elderly people with the highest cholesterol levels have better memories and less dementia than those with lower cholesterol. Some progressive doctors are starting to believe that the dementia epidemic could be at least partially treated or prevented by increasing fat intake among the elderly and perhaps even by stopping elderly patients' cholesterol medicine. In parentheses, it says statins. That part of this chapter, I just wanted to read that because I found that part just absolutely amazing.
Right. And the nice thing about this book too, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but at the end of each chapter, whatever the topic is, like this one with cholesterol, Dr. Berry gives you other references, like 2 or 3 books that you can read.
Yeah, if you want to do more research
on information.
On a specific topic that he's talking about.
It's not like you're just taking his word for it.
If you think about it though, in today's day and age, you can find research or information to back up almost any statement that you could possibly make. Mm-hmm. So I believe it because I see in the keto community the health benefits of people eating this way.
Oh, sure.
I mean, for me, it's just, that's the evidence right there. I see people who are not obese anymore have had their A1C drop from, 12 to 5, and all the different health benefits are glaring. There's so many testimonies to back up this information. That's why I believe it.
And the more people that we meet in this community, the more factual information we get because they're not just reading information from a pamphlet. They are saying, this is what happened to me.
To me, exactly.
But again, we're not doctors. We're just giving you information from a book. written by a doctor.
Right.
And as always, I mean, obviously, do your own research. I mean, you
Right.
can't look if you're gonna live this lifestyle, if you're gonna change your eating habits, it takes effort, right? Like it's not easy. So if you're gonna make that effort, you can make a little bit more effort and do some research and get some information about certain things that might concern you.
Okay, sorry guys, I think this video might be a little bit longer today, but if you do like this video and you have enjoyed following our journey with beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, give this video a big thumbs up. Share it with a friend. I mean, come on, guys. Help me out.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Trying to get those numbers up.
Subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and, if you don't like the fact that we eat meat, unsubscribe. That's that. I don't know what else to tell you. Have a great night, guys.
Hey, and I apologize, too, on camera. I don't. It's my fault that it's longer. I talk too much.
No, it's fine. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.